Live, Lunch Break Live with Jessica Lynn Johnson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, everybody.
Jessica Lynn Johnson. Welcome, everyone. I'm Patrizia Barretto. We're on Lunch Break Live on Jane Velez Mitchell on Jane Unchained today. How are you doing, Jessica? Welcome.
I'm so excited. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my kitchen.
It's a lovely home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's get right to it. What are you making?
I am starting with a tofu scramble. Just very basic and simple, especially for you new vegans. You'll be able to follow this and do it real quick. And then we're also going to do a fruit protein smoothie. So that's going to be real tasty as well. And both are super simple. I want to keep it super simple for you new vegans or you curious to be vegan people. So first...
So this is your first vegan recipe on camera, right?
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever taught anyone how to do this. So I'm so excited. So bear with me as I figure it out. So first I'm just going to get the burner, the front burner at medium heat. And I like to cook with a little teeny bit of olive oil just to get that going. And then previously I crumbled up the tofu to have more of a consistency of eggs so that it's not blocky. And I used extra firm tofu. That's what I prefer, but you can use whatever consistency you like. So I use this and we're just gonna go ahead and put it in there. Just like that. So it's nice and crumbled for us. And then I like to use nutritional yeast. That it adds flavor, but it also adds the color of eggs. So for those of you who are missing your eggs, this is such a great substitute and it tastes actually way better in my opinion. So I add a little bit of that and then you just start to mix it.
So why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about your vegan journey? How did you become vegan?
My vegan journey. Well, I'm the last person on God's green earth that you would ever think would go vegan. I'm Midwestern, meat and potatoes. Family has, farm and not like with animals, but like horses and stuff. And anyway, so I was just really raised with a lot of meat and all of that. And in the course of working with Patrizia on her solo show, I learned a lot about veganism from writing her, helping her write her one-woman show about veganism. And the more that I learned about it, the more I really admired it, the less I could ignore what's happening to the planet, to animals, to our health. So I was inspired, and I never thought, especially with cheese. I mean, I was the cheese queen. Cheese in every single meal. I'm Sicilian, so cheese is like part of how I'm put together. But I didn't have to give up cheese. I have found a lot of really fantastic nut cheeses. There's even a guy in West Hollywood, Ramage, I think is what it's called, and he makes fantastic vegan cheeses, like every kind of cheese you could ever imagine.
Jane's been there.
Oh, she has.
Yes.
It's so good. So we're starting to get some nice color in this. I'm going to go ahead and add some curry powder. You don't have to do that, but I like a little bit of curry powder as well.
I love curry powder. Chef uses curry powder in everything.
Yeah, it just adds a nice little spice, a little kick. And with the coloring too, it makes it a little more egg colored if you, like I said, are missing your eggs.
Welcome to all the viewers. This is Lunch Break Live with Jessica Lynn Johnson.
Yeah, hi guys and gals and everybody in between.
Sherry Barrett just joined us.
Hi Sherry, thanks for joining us in my kitchen.
Marcy Casey. We have Michelle Wagner from Buffalo, New York.
Hi, ladies.
Alex Tipp from San Francisco. He's a vegan blogger, a spiritual vegan blogger as well.
Beautiful.
Supports LGBTQ community.
Me too. That's great. Awesome. So yes, we got our curry. Then we'll just, this is all, of course, up to your preference, but I like to have a little garlic, salt, a little pepper. Just again to add some seasoning to it.
Shari said Shari like Ferrari.
Shari like Ferrari. Oh, that's good. That's a good way to remember it.
Maybe one day we'll get a Ferrari, right, Shari? All three of us.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna turn down the heat now because this is I like to let it cook a little bit so it just gets a little crisp. I like it to have a nice little brown crispness to it personally, but you can heat it to your personal liking. So we'll just let that sit like that for now.
I believe Karen Keel says hi from Aunt Karen, Georgia.
Oh, hey Karen, thanks for joining. Awesome, you're gonna learn some great vegan tips. So shall I move on to the smoothie then?
Shari says, no, a Ferrari is too expensive to buy and maintain. You're so right, Shari. We're vegan. We definitely won't be buying a Ferrari.
Yeah. I drive a Prius, so I'm pretty far away from a Ferrari right now.
Wow, you're very eco-conscious.
Exactly. Yes. And I actually walk almost everywhere that I go because everything I need really is in my neighborhood. So I like to ride my bike or walk. That's a whole different thing though. So smoothie. So I love smoothies. You can pack them with fruit. I froze this fruit earlier. It's just bananas and blackberries. Is that what I put in here? Yeah. But you could do any kind of combination of fruit. And you don't have to freeze it. I just like my smoothies to be a little colder since California, especially right now, is basically in a heat wave. And then you add some spinach or other greens, a nice handful of that. And this is how I get a lot of my greens in during the day is through smoothies. I like to put them in there. And then we can go ahead and add any kind of plant-based milk or coconut milk, soy milk, almond milk. I think I used flax milk today, but I vary it up. And I use unsweetened, but if you want to have a vanilla or chocolate flavored nut milk, you can do that too. And then just a basic vegan protein powder. So you'll want to make sure that it is vegan because a lot of the protein powders are not. So just always double check and find that cute little V on there and make sure it is. And just add that in there.
I love it when you see the V on there. It's like,
it makes me so happy. Yeah. And then I just put my little blender top on there and I shake it a little by hand first. It's going to get loud for a second. Sorry, guys and gals. Just going to put this in here. And then I usually like to shake it up. And we'll do it one more time and then the loud noises will be over.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, so there we go. And then making 2 of these so Patrizia can have a treat as well.
I know. I was like, who's tasting this?
I know. Gotta make enough for 2, so I'll have a little.
Tell us a little bit about your Soaring Solo company.
Yeah, so for a living, I direct and develop one-person plays. So people come to me and they want to tell their stories from stage, and I help them do that. And that I was telling Patrizia earlier that I love to give people the gift of helping them figure out how to tell their stories from stage, but I get so spoiled that I get the gift of transforming through meeting all of these amazing people. I mean, like I said, I'm vegan because of working with Patrizia and just all the different ways my clients influence me. So it's the best job in the whole world, just getting to listen to people's stories and teach them how to play the fun characters and write the scenes and theatricalize their lives on stage. It's really fulfilling work.
I just can't imagine from a story that's like, a minute, how you can create a 60-minute show. I just can't imagine it.
Oh yeah, usually it's the opposite. Everybody's like, they have so many stories that it's, how do we whittle this down to an hour? Because as people begin to write, they realize, yourself included, wow, I have so many experiences, and my job is to help encourage that and be like, this is interesting. People need to know this because we learn from one another and we change from one another by sharing our stories. So it's so important. So this is...
Shari Barrett said she's reviewed several of your solo shows.
Aww.
Several shows that you've directed.
Yes, thank you, Shari. Your support has always been very appreciated. We love having you in the audience. Oh, thank you. Yeah, shall I
This looks pretty good. I think it's time to plate already.
Okay, so I just did a little bit of avocado on the side as well. Let's shut this off so I don't burn down the Lucky Lounge, what I call my home.
Now I know that you're writing a book. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm writing a book with the steps on how to create a one-person play, so that people, wherever they are in the world, I can help. Can I plate this one too? Sorry if I'm getting ahead of things. So that wherever people are in the world, they are able to know the steps to write a successful one-person show. So I just want to be accessible to everybody.
And you teach online as well, don't you?
I do. I also do Skype sessions. I have clients in New York, Chicago, Kenya, all kinds of places. So yeah, we've got these little plates here, and we got our smoothies. And you see that didn't take very long, so it's super simple. And also, if you want to add veggies to this, by all means, like sometimes I'll put in my vegan cheese in there. I'll add peppers and onions and mushrooms and olives, and I'll just go crazy and add a bunch of stuff. And sometimes I'll have vegan sausage on the side, and toast and all kinds of things. So you can definitely garnish this up and add more stuff. I just wanted to keep it super basic for you guys today.
Give us a couple of tips that you've adopted since you've become vegan.
Some tips. I mean, that right there, to me, once you learn some basic things, like, okay, this is how I make a tofu scramble, then you can start to add more into it. For me, it was about trying to avoid overwhelm, because when you first start out, you want to keep a lot of your favorite meals, but you're not quite sure how to make it in a vegan way. So it's just having patience for yourself and allowing yourself to look up one recipe at a time and figure out how to make that transition. And honestly, I have never felt healthier, more energetic, better in my life than I do now. It's been such a great decision, and I wouldn't go back.
Shari's saying, eat it while it's hot.
Yeah, right? I know, we gotta eat it while it's hot. And while it's cold, we got our cold smoothies in our...
Shari, you're so funny. We love you.
You can also put salsa on the side. I traveled to New Mexico on my way to moving from New York to LA, and they put salsa on everything, and I was like, that is a great idea. So you could also add salsa to this, and that would give it a nice flavor too.
Okay, I'm gonna be the taste tester.
Yeah, great. So I'll be the camera woman. And there we have our...
See this?
There she is.
I'm really excited because I hardly eat tofu. So.
How does it turn out? I get told you just be nice. Maybe I don't cook as well when I'm on camera.
It's so good.
My brother's little...
Is he watching?
I'm sure. I don't know, but he'll watch it back later. He was like, oh, okay.
That's really good.
Awesome. Good. Yay.
I'm taking the camera away from you.
Okay. So what's our next step now?
Our next step. Hi, Paige, my producing partner.
Hi, Paige.
Hi.
Do you want to try the smoothie too?
Yeah, let's try the smoothie.
So
Forgot the smoothie.
Do you want me to put you on camera?
I'll let you try it.
You want me to try it?
Go for it.
Okay. Yes.
Is that
very good? Yes. Because I think my protein powder is vanilla flavored, and I just love the little vanilla kick with my fruit.
Yum. All right, let's see that cup.
There you go.
Awesome.
And you can decide how much milk you want to put in it for. I like it to be a little thick, but obviously if you want it to be a little more runny, you can just add a lot more milk to it. So
tell the viewers where we can find you.
Where you can find me, JessicaLynnJohnson.com. I'm on Facebook as well, under Soaring Solo or Jessica Lynn Johnson. So I'm also on Instagram. I think I'm Soaring Solo Artist on Instagram. So I think all my links will be on this post, but yeah, reach out.
Tell us a little bit about one of the shows that you're producing right now.
Oh my goodness. Let's see what's coming up. So the Queen's Festival at the Bootleg Theater, my client Sarah Rose Reynolds, in her show Squirrel, which is all about ADHD, she is going to be doing her show, and it's also about LGBTQIA issues, and so that's happening on Halloween. So mark your calendars for that. And then Kamakshi Hart is doing Wild at Heart, as well as Diana Barco doing Shattered, and Carla Delaney is doing Voices. They're all doing their shows as part of Binge. And Ravanya Johnson is also doing This Is Very Important as part of the Binge Festival at the Santa Monica Playhouse. So there's so many things coming up. But if you go to my website, jessicalynjohnson.com, I'll have all the links for tickets and all of those things.
Jane just got on, Jane Velez
Well,
Mitchell.
hello, Jane. Thank you for having me. Cheers.
And she's asking, how long have you been vegan?
Okay, so it was a year in July. So I'm a baby vegan, but I'm learning more every day.
And let her know exactly why you became vegan and how.
Yeah, I became vegan because of this woman standing behind the camera. Patrizia is a client of mine and was teaching me her vegan ways when we were writing her one-woman show. And once you know all these facts, these statistics, how animals are treated, the environment, health, once you know all that stuff, you can't unknow it. And then it's not even for me, it wasn't even a question. It's like, of course I'm going to become vegan. So it was just a question of, okay, now how do I make all my favorite foods in a vegan way? And I'm learning more every day.
Shari's asking, how often do you eat to balance your blood sugar? Because she knows I eat a lot often.
Okay.
So
yeah, I have snacks. Well, I always have a big breakfast. I get up super early and I make a big breakfast. And then I do like nuts and fruit all throughout the day. And lots of water throughout the day, and then I usually have a big dinner as well.
That was her next question. How much water do you drink?
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly refilling my cup all throughout the day. I'm also talking a lot with clients, so it's also just to keep my voice going strong throughout the day.
And your book, when do you see that coming out?
I'd like to have it done by the new year, so hopefully in a publisher's hands by the new year. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Paige is on and she's saying, oh my gosh, Kamishi is my friend. I saw her amazing show. You did.
Oh, great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Kamakshi. Yeah.
Kamakshi.
Yeah, her show is incredible. It's all about just overcoming sexual assault and really stepping into your feminine power after something like that happens. And she's such a brave storyteller and a gifted actor and beautiful singer. She won the Larry Cornwall Musical Excellence Award at the Hollywood Fringe, so she beat out hundreds of shows for that. And she also got a Producer Encore Award, and it's only her second solo show, so that's a huge accomplishment so early on in her solo career.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You know, you and I've been writing for a couple of years now, thanks to Shari, because she took me to my first solo show. It was yours, and it was
Thank you, Shari.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes, I will be forever grateful to both of you girls. I saw Voices.
Oh, yeah.
And
Carla
Delaney, 50 voices. I walked out of there.
She's phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. She gives me goosebumps. I think she's so talented. Yeah. Carla, you're amazing.
And you can go see Voices in the Binge Festival at the Santa Monica Playhouse, and it's free. All the shows are free. They get a grant from the city, and they do this amazing festival where you can just go see tons of shows for free. So look at my website for the promotions for that, and all over my Facebook, I'll be bragging about it to everybody. So.
Shari said that was a great show, The Voices.
Yeah. Carla's very talented.
Okay, so before we wrap it up, so you've only been vegan for a year, give or take.
A little over a year, yeah.
And you're having a good time as a vegan. You're learning a lot.
Yep.
And you've transitioned. You're transitioning family members, because I see that your members.
I'm trying.
I didn't really say, oh, you got to be vegan.
Right.
I was just telling you stories, and you were listening to those stories. I think that's probably the approach we need to start taking.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think anybody likes being proselytized or preached at. So I think all you can do is live by example. And people are like, oh, you have so much energy. How do you have so much energy? Well, one, I'm a Sagittarius, but two, I'm a vegan. So I think just living by example and sharing stories as you know them. People ask, like, why are you vegan, or you became vegan? I need to know how that happened. People who know me well and knew my cheese and meat ways.
Marilyn Kroplick just joined us. Thank you for joining us, Marilyn Kroplick. She is the founder and creator of In Defense of Animals.
Beautiful.
And she also was the initiator. It was her campaign for the Dairy is Scary billboards worldwide.
Okay.
So thank you, Marilyn, for everything you've done.
Yes,
She's also went to Costa Rica and signed a vegan declaration.
Wow.
So there is a vegan world being created, and she's part of it. So she's watching right now.
Oh, I'm honored. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen.
She also created a session, a group called Carnivores Anonymous.
Okay.
And once a month, everyone goes to the group. There's several people that, are still struggling to transition. And I think it was Monday that we had Chef AJ. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I am touched every time that I hear someone speak. When a Hunter, Paige Parsons Roach has been on there. Jane Velez Mitchell was a speaker. Just amazing, amazing people. Paige Parsons Roche is asking, what's your biggest challenge as a vegan?
My biggest challenge, just constantly expanding the recipes that I know. So I have a few vegan cookbooks over there that my stepmom Kathy got me, which was so sweet. And so I love to get up early, look for I made muffins, vegan muffins a couple of weeks ago, which were so good. So just learning to expand your repertoire. So just like with anything else, you want to constantly be trying new things. And initially it was cheese. It was like, well, how do I get good cheese? But I've solved that problem. I have good nut cheeses every day. So
what was your best vegan dish that you said, wow, I can't believe I just transitioned, I made this like Italian cheesy dish into vegan?
I like the gnocchi. You have to be careful with gnocchi though. Sometimes you have to look at the ingredients, but I love gnocchi. That's a big Italian dish, and marinara and things like that. So just making sure your gnocchi is good. And then I like the Italian sausage that Whole Foods has, which is vegan as well. So that doesn't really require too much talent on my part to make that meal. But that was, because of my Sicilian roots, I was like, I really want to still have my my Italian meals. And there's really good nut mozzarella cheese that I really like as well. The name of it escapes me, but there is a mozzarella, like they're balls of mozzarella made from nut cheeses, and it's so good. So that's good. And then there's so many wonderful restaurants in Los Angeles that are vegan. I'm not allowed to list them, I don't know, but I love Little Pine, which is Moby's restaurant. That is one of my favorite restaurants. And Vegetable is really good over in Studio City, as well as Sun Cafe. So I love just going out there and going to these restaurants that are so conscious and make these phenomenal foods, and then being like, how did you make that? Because I want to make a version of that at home. So, yeah.
Before we go, I want to talk about briefly your one-woman show that you've been...
Okay.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I have two. So my first solo show, Oblivious to Everyone, I did for about 13 years. I toured the university circuit with that, and that's just about the media's impact on women, to put it simply. Body image issues, racism, homophobia, things like that are in that show. And then my second show, Z, which I toured for about 3 years, is all about the LGBTQIA community and spirituality. And so both of those shows are now retired, and I'm working on my third show, but I'm not going to say too much about that because it's in the very early stages, but I am working on a third. So, yeah.
So then we'll definitely have to stay. Shari, did you hear that? We're going to have to stay on the lookout for her up-and-coming show that she doesn't want to talk about.
It's too early.
Jane says she applauds you. So many of her friends shut her down when she would try to open them up about compassion. So...
Thank you.
I want to thank you, Jessica, for listening to me. And every time that I would call you, there were days that I'd call you just really stressed out or crying.
Right.
And there were times where I would call you just really disappointed. And then when I went vegan, my whole life changed. And I thought, wow, how is someone that's not vegan going to listen to me and help me write this story? And because we have so many people that are not vegan, that we share compassion with them, and we have compassion for them. I found that in my heart for you, and honestly, I think you found more compassion for me, because there were times where, like I said, I would call you up crying, like, how am I going to get past this?
Yeah.
And we've created an amazing show, and now we're about to start really putting it together.
Yes, very exciting.
And I just want to thank you, Jessica,
yes.
What you're doing for me and what you're doing for so many.
Oh, thank you. And I have a free class. I want to say that if anybody has a show I have a free class every Saturday. It's 100% free. It's at the Whitefire Theater. Just contact me and start to find your voice on stage.
So you heard that, everyone. Contact Jessica Lynn Johnson on her website. We have all her socials. We have her recipe listed. If there's anything you need, contact us, and we're glad to help.
Yes.
Thank you so much. This is Patrizia Barretto, Jessica Lynn Johnson signing out on Lunch Break Live.
Bye.
Thank you.